Now listen very carefully to this. And this is where I want to put Facebook and AFP to shame. All of you must listen very, very carefully to this very clip I am about to play, so you will understand it and understand the mess that the zoo is in. The zoo is in a very big mess. And I want to prove it to the whole world that the zoo is in a mess. We are now going to listen to the voice of the former head of state, former president, Olusegun Obasanjo. Obasanjo knows that Buhari is dead. Obasanjo, you know, he's a very clever man. He is now trying to tell you fools, Nigerians, that if your eyes are not open, anything you see, you will take. Now, I want to listen to Obasanjo. I thank our brother that sent this very clip to me today. I thank him very, very much. I want our people to listen to Obasanjo very, very carefully to understand what is happening in the zoo. Listen, please. Listen. Listen. Obasanjo is what? Please pause this very clip of Obasanjo.
When you have
listen.
An ineffective
Obasanjo
and incompetent government, we are all victims.
Yes, we are all victims. Listen.
And don't let anybody deceive you. Those of you who are in business, your business will have been better today if we have a competent.
Obasanjo said, don't let anybody deceive you, including Facebook and AFP and all these establishment pro-Nigerian newspapers. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let saboteurs deceive you. Don't let Efulef deceive you. Don't let any traitor deceive you. That is Obasanjo, who is not fighting for Biafra. That's what he's saying. Because in the end, you are going to hear why he said it. Listen carefully. They don't, you know, zoo, they are playing with, they don't know who we are. They have no idea. Now listen. Listen very, very carefully. Because they have no idea who we are. They have no idea. Listen.
The competent and effective and the performing government.
Yes.
It will happen. As I said, giving excuse, we met many challenges. Now, if there are no challenges, then you wouldn't need to come.
Yes.
If there are no challenges, you don't need to come. And you come in because you know that there are challenges. And then giving us excuse that you have many challenges, that's why you haven't achieved result. And then you still want to go. The first lesson I learned in my military training is never reinforce failure.
Never reinforce failure. Obasanjo, of all people, never talking about the Janjaweed administration, never reinforce. I'm pointing all these things out for you so you will pay close attention to what he's saying.
We have nice failure. Never you reinforce.
Don't reinforce failure.
Never you reinforce failure. Let failure be failure. I'm gone.
Janjaweed.
And if you do not see what you should see, you will then be a victim of what you don't like. Because
Repeat.
It's only when you see what you should see.
When you see what you should see.
And you do what you should do.
You should do what you should do.
That you put away what you do not like.
You put away what you do.
If you don't see what you should see.
If you're blind.
And you don't do what you should do.
Which is exposed.
You will be a victim of what you don't like.
I said to go. Zoo, they are playing with us. They don't know who we are. Obasanjo knows. If you are blind in the zoo, you don't know that that man there is not Buhari. You get the consequences of what you don't like, which is banditry, criminality, lawlessness, all this Janjaweedism. Because you are now facing what you don't, because you saw something, but you are blind. And because you're blind, you know, there's a saying where we come from. In other words, if they tell you something, if an elder speaks to you in a proverb or in an adage and you don't quite grasp it, it means that the dowry they paid for your mom is a waste. It means you cannot reason. It means you cannot listen properly. It means you're a fool. I want to play it without any interruption. I want this clip posted that the world may know that AFP is lying, that the world may know that Facebook collected money to suppress our agitation based on a false premise. Because Olusegun Obasanjo knows that Asorok is empty. I will play it again without any interruption or without any commentaries, that the world may know. If you fail to see what you're supposed to see, if you fail to see, oh dear, let us listen, please, to what Obasanjo has to say. Listen. No interruption from me. Listen.
The point is this: when you have an ineffective and incompetent government, we are all victims. And don't let anybody deceive you. Those of you who are in business, your business will have been better today if we have a competent and effective and performing government. It will happen. As I said, giving excuse, we met many challenges. Now, if there are no challenges, then you wouldn't need to come. Huh? If there are no challenges, you don't need to come. And you come in because you know that there are challenges. And then giving us excuse that you have many challenges, that's why you haven't achieved results. And then you still want to go. The first lesson I learned in my military training is never reinforce failure. What we have now is failure. Never you Never you reinforce failure. Let failure be failure. I'm gone. And if you do not see what you should see, you will then be a victim of what you don't like. Because it's only when you see what you should see and you do what you should do that you put away what you do not like. If you don't see what you should see and you don't do what you should do, you will be a victim of what you don't like.
Very, very simple. I hope you heard that. What you should see, if you don't see it, you become a victim of what you don't like. All of you are blind. Not all of you, of course. IPOB is very much alive to the game they are playing in Asorok. Where is Yosibagi? Nobody can find him since April. He's a executive vice president of the zoo. When you complain now, Facebook will say, it's fake. Facebook, have you seen Obasanjo since April? Frederick Mabo in Abuja, have you seen? No, they will say he was sharing trader money on the pages of newspapers only. Nobody has seen him live. He's never addressed any live press conference. Live. You say something and people ask you questions. That is the zoo for you. At least if they won't listen to us, they will now listen to Obasanjo. Obasanjo said you are reinforcing failure. Janjaweed. That is why in the zoo, only lies will suffice. Deception and lies. And that is why I keep praying every blessed day, asking God, what is it about black people that predisposes them to embracing evil? Why do we love evil so much? Why? Blacks, why do you love everything that is bad? Always defending evil. Convoy attack. Military concludes investigation, cautions Zulum against unverified claims. Who is Zulum? Zulum is a governor. He's the governor of Borno State. His convoy was attacked. Instead of them to say, oh, why was it? Of course, as Obasanjo said, they reinforced failure in 2019. They brought in fact, Obasanjo himself was amongst those that brought in failure, because Buhari, when he took over power in 83, was a failure. They knew that Buhari was a failure. A complete and abject failure. Intellectually, he's not very deep. He campaigned for him against Jonathan, his own boy. And they brought this Janjaweed into power. Now, a governor was attacked. The governor said, my convoy was attacked. In broad daylight, it was videoed. Do you know what happened? AFP, please, are you following? They came out and the army came out and said that we are cautioning the governor to stop making public remarks, which are part of what they call unverified allegations against the army. Can you believe that? So that means there are people with army uniforms going about and attacking people, claiming they're Nigerian army when they are not. That was what Obasanjo said. You reinforced failure. You were blind to what you're supposed to see. Come out and say that this man is not Buhari, and all this insurgency will end. All these terrorist attacks will end. All this pain and suffering will end. All of you are there with your mouth closed, and they are paying idiots. Frederick Nwabov, they are paying criminals, hardened criminals, people that I'm sure that their ancestors were agents of slave hunters, to be writing rubbish. And some of you are not mentally strong enough to resist. To say, I am standing on the truth. No matter where the wind is blowing from, here I stand on the truth. I'm not moving from here. That is one thing that black people do not do. Some of your friends are evil and criminals. Instead of you to come and say to your friend what you're doing, you say, oh, no, I don't want to rock the boat. No, please don't say anything. And evil is happening. If you say you have come out to fight evil, you fight evil to the hilt. If you claim that the idiot in Asurok is Buhari, let him come out and speak Fulani local dialect. He cannot speak it. Come out and give press interview. He cannot give. He looks younger. Everybody knows that very well. People age, but in this case, he's looking younger every blessed day. And you have idiots in AFE, black baboons, monkeys, black Africans, writing rubbish with the name of AFP. And Facebook is latching onto it to do their usual rubbish. That was how a woman, when I knew that the world is going crazy, to be honest with you, maybe it's not just black Africans who are stupid, who are very daft. It's all this, you know what fluoride does? Do you know what fluoride in toothpaste does to your brain? No, please go and research it. Fluoride, what it does to your brain. Tony Blair wanted to put fluoride in water, in drinking water in the UK. People kicked against it. I'm sure they went ahead and did it. Because Hitler used it to control the people. It dampens your brain so that the only thing you will hear is the official government propaganda, and they're lying. You don't know that? People that brush 2-3 times every blessed day, that's why I'm not telling you that brushing is not good. It's very good. Fluoride is good for you. But I'm also telling you what it does to your brain. Go and ask what fluoride does to the brain. Because I don't understand. A woman doctor came out and said, I cured over 300 patients using this very therapy. Hydroxychloroquine, vitamin D, zinc, and one other one she mentioned. I didn't lose anybody. There was no intubation. We, the doctors curing these patients, we are taking it. And we have not gotten COVID-19. Somebody that had no relationship with any COVID-19 is a lie. What that doctor is saying is a lie. And people swallowed it. All the attacks against her, sponsored attacks by big pharmaceutical companies, including Bill Gates, and I'm sure Facebook. Sponsored attacks. All these millionaires, they think, or billionaires, they think they own life, they can manipulate life and do whatever they like. The woman said, I cured 350 people. How many have you cured? None. But you're challenging her. That is how unreasonable I believe that the whole world even is becoming. But here we stay on the truth. It doesn't matter who is pained. It doesn't matter who is upset. It doesn't matter who is loved or hated or disappointed. The truth has to remain. You don't bend it. You can embellish it as much as you like, Your lies, you can embellish it, you can craft it, you can blend. But once our people take that thing that you're saying and they dissect it, they see it's empty. They will know you're a liar. They will know you're a liar. That is why this Frederick Nwabufo, for this Tijani, all these monkeys in the zoo, imagine a bunch of niggers in Africa writing for AFP, doing fact check. Since when? The army, a governor is complaining that my convoy was attacked by people wearing army uniform. Army is saying, oh, stop making unfounded allegations. Can you believe that? That is the zoo that people are living in. That is the animal kingdom that a human being will come out to defend because they want Tinubu to become head of state, to become the zoo president. That is what they all think about. Our location is our turn. Let us go and grab that oil. It's our turn to eat petrodollar. That's all. These are black. And that is why every day they suffer, but they do not know they are suffering. Every day they're in pain. They don't, as Obasanjo said, you have eyes, but you cannot see. Anytime you don't see what you're supposed to do and act upon what your eyes have seen, then the consequences that will come your way, you are going to endure it. These are facts of life.